It happened in the blink of an eye. A single moment, just a fleeting exchange between two people who have shared screens, scripts, and perhaps more than the public will ever truly know. Yet for fans, that moment was enough to spark a storm of emotion, speculation, and hope. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun have long been the subject of admiration, not just for their individual talents but for the unique and almost magnetic chemistry they share. From the first time audiences saw them together, there was something unspoken yet undeniable in their interactions. And this time, it wasn't scripted. It wasn't part of a carefully choreographed scene or a staged publicity moment. This was real, or at least, it felt that way to everyone watching. The setting was ordinary enough, a press conference, the kind both stars have attended countless times before. Cameras flashed, reporters asked the usual questions, and fans followed the live stream with the dedication of people waiting for something, anything, that might offer a glimpse into the truth of their connection. Kim Go-eun was speaking, answering a question with her usual warmth and poise. She laughed softly at something one of the hosts said, tilting her head slightly. And that's when it happened. Lee Min-ho looked at her. Not the casual glance of a colleague. Not the polite acknowledgement of someone sharing the stage. This was different. It was longer, deeper. His eyes lingered on her as though the rest of the world had faded away. For a brief moment, his expression softened, just slightly, but enough for fans to notice. It was a look of quiet admiration, perhaps even longing. His lips curved upward into the faintest smile, the kind you try to hide when you're aware of the cameras but can't quite suppress. The look was not dramatic. There were no grand gestures, no overt signs of romance. And yet, the subtlety of it made it even more powerful. It was the kind of expression that speaks volumes precisely because it is understated. It felt like a silent confession, one that didn't need words to be understood. Fans caught it immediately. Screenshots of the moment flooded social media within minutes. GIFs were made, slowed down to highlight every micro-expression. The way his eyes seemed to trace the curve of her smile, the way he shifted slightly in his seat as if leaning toward her without realizing it. Some fans called it the look of love. Others debated its meaning endlessly. Was it admiration for her as a co-star? Respect for her talent? Or was it something more personal, something that had been growing quietly away from the public eye? Adding to the speculation was Kim Go-eun's reaction, or perhaps her non-reaction. She didn't seem to notice at first, but then, as if sensing the weight of his gaze, she glanced at him. For a split second, their eyes met, and there it was, something flickered between them. Recognition, amusement, maybe even a shared secret. She smiled, just enough to be seen, before turning back to the host. It was quick, almost imperceptible. But fans who have followed their journey from the beginning know that sometimes it's these tiny, unguarded moments that reveal the most. The media, predictably, picked up on the frenzy. Articles appeared with headlines asking whether Lee Min-ho had just revealed his feelings in front of the world. Columnists speculated about the nature of their relationship, while gossip forums lit up with theories ranging from romantic involvement to inside jokes known only to them. But beyond the speculation, there was an undeniable truth. Whatever the nature of their bond, it's strong enough to be felt even in silence. To understand why this moment resonated so deeply, you have to look at their history. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun first worked together under the intense pressure of a major drama production. On screen, their characters' relationship unfolded with a mix of tension, vulnerability, and warmth that drew viewers in week after week. Off-screen, they appeared comfortable with one another, sharing laughs during interviews and supporting each other at public events. Over time, their interactions became a source of fascination for fans. Was it just professional chemistry, or was there a genuine connection? Every glance, every smile, every small gesture was analyzed, discussed, and archived in fan forums. This latest look, captured in high definition and dissected frame by frame, felt like the culmination of years of speculation. It was, to many, the moment that confirmed what they had always believed, that something deeper exists between them. Body language experts were even brought into the conversation. Several noted that Lee Min-ho's gaze carried the hallmarks of genuine affection, sustained eye contact, softened facial features, and an unconscious forward lean. These are often subconscious behaviors that occur when someone feels emotionally connected to another person. But the beauty of the moment lies in its ambiguity. It allows for countless interpretations, each shaped by the viewer's own hopes and beliefs. For some, it's evidence of a love story quietly unfolding behind the scenes. For others, it's simply a testament to the mutual respect and camaraderie of two talented actors. As the days passed, the moment refused to fade from public consciousness. Fan edits paired the look with romantic music, turning it into a scene that could have been lifted straight from a drama. Hashtags trended internationally, with thousands of posts sharing theories and emotions. And yet, neither Lee Min-ho nor Kim Go-eun addressed it directly. Their silence only fueled the mystery. In an industry where rumors can spread faster than facts, choosing not to clarify can be a statement in itself. It keeps the story alive, allowing it to evolve organically within the imagination of the fans. At its core, this entire phenomenon speaks to the power of subtle human connection. In an age of grand gestures and constant oversharing, a simple look, a look that may or may not have carried hidden meaning, was enough to captivate millions. Whether it was a silent confession or just a fleeting moment of shared humanity, it reminded everyone watching of something important. Words are not the only way to speak. Sometimes, the eyes say everything that needs to be said. The moment is now part of the ever-growing narrative surrounding Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, a narrative that fans will continue to follow with unwavering dedication. Perhaps one day, the truth will be revealed, whether in the form of a candid interview, a paparazzi photograph, or another quiet, wordless exchange. Until then, the look will live on, immortalized in screenshots, fan edits, and the collective memory of a fandom that thrives on hope and curiosity. And maybe that's the most fitting ending, or perhaps the most tantalizing beginning to this chapter of your story. Because as long as there are glances like that, there will always be questions. And as long as there are questions, there will always be people watching, waiting for the next moment when everything is said without a single word. In the days that followed, the internet became a living archive of that one silent confession. Clips slowed to half speed. Edits zoomed into his eyes, framing them with glowing hearts or dramatic captions like, "He couldn't hide it," or, "This is the moment it happened." Even those who weren't fans found themselves drawn into the story. News outlets outside the entertainment industry began covering it, not because of any confirmed romance, but because of the sheer cultural impact. A look lasting less than 3 seconds had ignited a wave of emotional investment across continents. Psychologists were interviewed on talk shows. Humans are wired to detect micro-expressions, one expert explained. When someone looks at another person with genuine affection, it triggers an instinctive emotional response in the viewer. Even if we can't put it into words, we feel it. And perhaps that was why this moment resonated so strongly. It wasn't just about Lee Min-ho and Kim